You know, I'm really confused when people say to me, this is the first big DC female-led movie, this is gonna be great and all, and I hope it is at all, but I don't think a lot of people remember. We've had female superheroes lead movies in a DC universe. I mean, does anyone remember the classics? Supergirl? Catwoman with Halle Berry? I mean, come on, guys. We've had these movies. They never work out. So what's to be excited for? Wonder Woman. From director Patty Jenkins, who directed the very dark movie Monster with Charlize Theron, which she won her Oscar with, this is the next DC Cinematic Universe, whatever. And you know what? I was excited and nervous for this movie, because if you've seen any other DC movie, then you know we've gotten these movies. I actually like Man of Steel, and we got these two movies. I own them because I just need to own them because the whole DC Cinematic Universe, and I will definitely be buying this movie on Blu-ray and watching it many more times than I will be watching those movies. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now, Wonder Woman is a solid hit. I'm not gonna be like I did my Batman vs Superman review where I loved it and it turns out the movie just, nah. But really, I'm telling you right now, guys, Wonder Woman is a good movie. It's actually a very good movie. A lot better than I thought it was gonna be. So pretty much this girl, it's pretty much about Wonder Woman. The movie it's an origin story of her. It's Diana. She's a godlike figure, whatever. She has powers, whatever, with electricity, whatever, through her arms, whatever. She's special. She's in this family, whatever, of females only on this island, whatever. And it's set back in like World War I, whatever, until this guy named Steve Rogers, who's played by Chris Pine, whatever, he crashes a plane and he comes up, he's like, hey, there's a war going on, and Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, she's like, I gotta go save the world. I want to protect everyone. I want everyone to be happy. So she wants to go and help the war, whatever. So they join together and go fight World War I, and then there's other stuff that is along with the war. There's other reasons why she goes. I won't tell you, of course, but when she goes, she's trying to stop the war and stop something else. And I'll say this right now. I had a lot of fun in this movie. First things first, this movie is not darkly lit at all. This movie is very colorful. There's many colors, and it's very fun. The movie's very funny. It's not completely depressing like Batman vs Superman. There's actually light humor, whatever. There's some really genuine character development moments, whatever, especially between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. First things first, Patty Jenkins. Wow. I mean, you could tell this was her movie. This wasn't DC in their fingers in the movie. This was Patty Jenkins. The action scenes are very filmed well. Sometimes the slow motion was a little bit annoying, but overall, all the action scenes were very well handled, especially the one at the very beginning where the people come on the beach, whatever, and it's Wonder Woman's girls, whatever, versus the army people, whatever. That was a great action scene, whatever, and I really enjoyed that. And also the scene you see in the trailers where she gets out of the mud pool, whatever, and she has the shield and she's blocking all those shooting things, whatever. That's one of the coolest scenes in the movie. When she gets out of that thing, whatever, that pit, whatever, it is seriously one of the coolest moments. You get to see her in her costume, whatever, and it is one of the coolest moments ever. And before that, the pacing was a little, but after that moment, literally the movie is fast-paced, and I very much enjoyed that. And I really did like Gal Gadot in Batman vs Superman. I didn't love her, but she was definitely one of the best parts in that movie. And in the trailers, they didn't show her talking a lot, so I was really nervous about that. I have to say right now, Gal Gadot stole the entire show. She was great. I loved her as Wonder Woman. She really hit some of the really heart-wrenching moments, whatever. There are some great emotional moments for her. There's some great action moments for her, of course. There's plenty of them. There's one scene, I won't spoil it, but it involves a sniper and her, and it is one of my favorite moments in the movie from an action sequence standpoint. It is awesome. It is one of the coolest moments in the movie, and after I left there, I was like, that is... When you see the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. With the sniper, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, but it is one of the coolest moments. There's, of course, her with a tank, whatever. You've seen the poster, hold the tank, whatever. Maybe that happens in the movie. I won't spoil it, but I will say all the action scenes were very well filmed. Patty Jenkins did a great job. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was great. She did way better in this movie and in Batman vs Superman. And I actually cared for Wonder Woman. They give you great character development. The first part of this movie is Chris Pine fish out of water in her land or whatever, and it's really good it's really good that we get to know this stuff, because now we care for Wonder Woman. We go and go see Justice League this November. We care for Wonder Woman. I'm honestly excited to see Wonder Woman and more stuff after this movie. She was awesome. Her character was great. And I will say right now, Chris Pine was very good in this movie as Steve Rogers, whatever. He was great. I loved Chris Pine in this movie. He felt like a guy. He felt like a really good person, and his chemistry between him and Gal Gadot was so good in this movie. I just enjoyed it. There's a very, very good scene between them two with dancing and them two on a boat talking to each other. There's these small moments that get these characters together that you care for, and that's what this movie needed. Character development. I enjoyed these two. These two were my favorite characters in the whole entire movie. I loved them two together, and the ending is very heartwarming, whatever. I really enjoyed what they did, and I really liked all that stuff. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But Chris Pine was great as Steve, whatever. And Gal Gadot, I really enjoyed her as Wonder Woman in this movie. She was good in Batman vs Superman, but in this movie, I got to really know Wonder Woman and really get to know Diana, and she's just great and an awesome character. But I do have a few criticisms, and this honestly feels like a Marvel review. This movie is good. It's really good. I'm gonna watch it over and over. But the villain sucked. I won't really get deviant. I'll say there's 3 villains. One of them is a general guy, another one is a girl with half a face, and she's like Dr. Poison or whatever, and the third one I'm not going to get into as much because you really don't know a lot about this from comments and trailers and all that stuff, so I'm not going to really talk about it, but I will say it's there. But I'll talk about the 2 villains that have been shown. Those 2 villains I gave no craps about. This general guy, he's the guy from X-Men Origins. He just didn't do it for me. And they try to make his character interesting, whatever, and then when something happens and you're like, oh, it's not that, and then it gets more into the third villain, whatever, and the Dr. Poison girl with the half face, whatever, yeah, she's just, every time I went to her, I was like, yeah, I'd rather have the general guy. The third villain, I will say, I was most excited to see, but when it got to that third villain, I will say it wasn't, I can't spoil it, that's the problem, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll leave it right there. But another issue with this thing is, it's just a tiny issue, the ending felt like they watched Batman vs Superman. You know, at the very end of Batman vs Superman, they all fought and there was a bunch of CGI or whatever. This ending literally felt like they were watching Batman vs Superman and a lot of CGI just came onto the screen. It really felt like Batman vs Superman there. I was like, whoa, there is a lot of CGI happening right now. Overall, though, those are my only little things I don't like. I don't like any of the villains, whatever. I thought the ending was very CGI heavy. Overall, though, this movie was so good. It really reminded me of, like, the old Superman movie, which they reference so much, and I'm so glad. That's so cool how they reference Superman. There's a lot of things they reference about the first Superman movie, and I loved that. I love that stuff. Overall, though, I really liked this movie a lot. It was so action. There's a lot of action scenes, very enjoyable action scenes, great character moments. You care for Wonder Woman and you want to see her more in movies. I'm excited to see her in in Justice League, whatever, and of course Batman, Flash, and Aquaman. But overall, Wonder Woman this movie has changed the DC Universe. This is the movie that's going to change everything, and I'm really happy this one was good before going in to see Justice League, because that's the pinnacle. We got a solid movie now, but the Justice League is the pinnacle. That's the one. If this is, it's nervous and exciting. But let's rate this movie. I'm gonna give this movie an A-. It's an awesome movie, and I 100% recommend it, especially if you're a DC fan. You need to see it because you're about to see the very best DC movie. And if you like Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman, that's fine, whatever, I understand. But I will say, this is officially my favorite DC Cinematic Universe movie. I like it more than Man of Steel. I really do. I like this movie a lot. Honestly, I can say I love this movie. A lot of good things about this movie, and I really like Wonder Woman now. I honestly want her to be the lead in Justice League. I like Batman and everything, but I just want her now, because, again, after you see this movie, you just care for her so much more. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.